Our own Alex Presha has a deep dive now on what we can expect to see this evening. Alex.
Hey, yeah, so you're looking at preps underway for Saturday's big celebration for the 250th birthday of the Army and President Trump's 79th birthday. Now, the day is going to be full of festivities, but let's specifically break down that parade that's happening in the evening. Now, for context here, something like this hasn't happened on the National Mall since 1991, and that's when the U.S. threw a parade to celebrate the victory in the Persian Gulf War. But this weekend, we are expecting some 6,700 troops from the Army, all of their divisions, to be a part of this. There's going to be some 28 Abrams tanks, 28 Bradleys, 28 Stryker vehicles, at least 4 howitzers, 24 horses, 2 mules, and at least 1 dog named Doc Holliday. Now, the staging area for this parade, it's from the Lincoln Memorial, and it's supposed to run all the way down towards the White House. They're expecting some 200,000 people to line the parade route, and because of that, security is going to be on high alert. The Secret Service says they've erected more than 18 miles of that anti-scale fencing. There are at least 175 magnetometers. Multiple checkpoints are also going to be using drones. There are some planned protests throughout the day, but security is going to be on extreme high alert. And then you probably ask, well, what does this cost? Well, the White House hasn't put a dollar figure on the entirety of tomorrow's events, but we do know there are estimates specifically for the parade portion between $25 and $45 million. And that's your deep dive.
All right, Alex, thank you so much. And from you, let's go to Perry Russum now live on the ground there in D.C. Perry, it looks like there's already some action behind you. What's going on?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty fun out here, Gio. They have a Black Hawk helicopter, which is stationed. You see some families taking some pictures, some nice pictures for the memory books. But this is really a chance for people to come out and celebrate the Army and be together and be patriotic. We had a chance to speak with Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene earlier today, who was here. She said she went for her morning walk and kind of got sucked into coming into all of this. And there was an obstacle course that the Army was doing, and she got on the ropes and was lifting bags. And she was saying it's really important to take time out today and celebrate the military. And there was one man who was, very excited to be here. He was very excited watching the members of the Army going through the obstacle course. And I thought maybe his son was involved with this. I said, hey, is this your son who's involved? He said, no, this is my Army. So there's a deep sense of patriotism here today at the National Mall, Gio.
And what about any potential threats to the city? Are there concerns there?
Yeah, I mean, security is unbelievably tight, Gio, not just because of what's happening in Minnesota, but also the planned protests across the country. And we also have protests that are scheduled here in D.C., not the No King's Day protests, but separate protests are scheduled here in D.C. They have the non-scalable fence everywhere you look. Going through security, it's like going through an airport, really. And when you go through the mags, as we call them here, they're going through wallets and going through debit cards, going through cash, looking for what they call sharps, so anything that can be used as a weapon against somebody else. And you're just walking, down the National Mall in the past couple of minutes, you see police everywhere. So it's not just the Army that's here, but you have Capitol Police here and Parks Police too. So they're really trying to make sure that this is as safe as possible. The Secret Service calling this the safest place in the world, Gio.
All right, Perry Russum, thank you so much for your reporting.